booed off a stadium. I've been booed off at halftime when our team weren't playing well, and that's all part of the deal. And you understand it. You don't have to like it, but you also can utilize that and kind of move forward with it. But yeah, I think it can be it can definitely wear on you. There's no doubt.
And I'm not saying you can't criticize him. I'm not, and I've been critical of him. I'm just saying that it was really something that kind of stuck with me last night after some of the conversations I had. All right, speaking of conversations, we're going to talk to Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike coming up next after I tell you about Associated Bank and all the perks that come with their new and improved and more expansive Brewers checking. Check out all the perks you get with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Start with 20% off at the Brewers team store when you show your Brewers card. Up to 50% off home game tickets exclusively for Brewers checking account customers. Express entry through the Associated Bank entrance at American Family Field. Pre-sale access to designated concerts and non-baseball events at AmFam Field. Savings on the big, and this is, I ran the 5K. I know that surprises people. Once upon a time, though, Paul and I ran the 5K. There's also the 10K of the famous racing sausages run and walk. You can save on your entry fee with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. You also can get a $25 discount on your Brewers Baseball Academy registration, and you get that one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard that you can use at ATMs and millions of merchants worldwide. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local, instantaneously.
Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Rich Eisen.
I would like to welcome the Pittsburgh Pirates into the world of roster building to try and win baseball games. Congratulations to 19-year-old Connor Griffin, who is a beast, shortstop, a clear cornerstone of any baseball franchise. Normally, if you get a cornerstone of a baseball franchise in Pittsburgh, Yankee fans are like, can't wait. And we were that way about Skeens the last couple of years. He signed a 9-year extension that runs through the 2034 season. And basically what the Pirates did was buy out 3 years of free agency for this kid. And so what this means is the Pirates, it is the largest guarantee in Pirates history for any player in his rookie season. Congratulations, Pirates fans. This is what it looks like to have your team take money and spend it on a player who's very, very, very good and who could be potentially generationally great and keep him in Pittsburgh. And that's the way it's done.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Like Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, Tausch, Jesse, how are you guys?
Good, Evan. I know you and I haven't always seen eye to eye, but we're in a good place now, right? You and me, we're good.
Yeah, we can talk on the air.
Yeah, perfect for both of us. Why are you trying to give Tausch a different? I love this show. I don't want to lose him to be the new athletic director at the University of Wisconsin. What are you doing, man?
Well, wait a minute. Who said he would have to leave this job? Wouldn't the best promotion for the University of Wisconsin be a infomercial on national, statewide, and local networks that Wilde and Tausch is on?
Oh.
Think about the athletic director for the great University of Wisconsin-Madison, where we all went to school. And if that athletic director had a 3-hour digital and radio and audio and video platform to promote the greatness at UW-Madison, that seems like it would be an awesome thing for the university.
It does, but it seems like there's other work that has to be done.
I'd take as much time off as Jesse. I'd have to take as much time off as Jesse probably does, if that's the case.
Well, okay, so you're referencing on Sunday night, I was lucky enough to go on the breaking ESPN Wisconsin coverage of Chris McIntosh walking away, which I do think was a brilliant move by him, which we can get to in a second. But I was asked about who I would recommend for the AD job. And when I think about what the AD job is, I think now in 2026, more than anything else, it is a positive relationship job. Positive relationships could bring money in. Positive relationships could build up coaches and players and academics and structure. And who in the state of Wisconsin, and specifically in Madison, has more positive relationships than Mark Tauscher? So why would I not think about the job description first, which I did, and then who fits it second, which I did, and Tausch fits it, Jason. He really does.
You're right about everything you said about him, but I think there's a lot more work that it entails than just being an awesome representative of the university, which he is. And
who is better at finding other people to do his dirty work than Tausch?
Well, he'd have to delegate Jesse to delegate all that work.
That's, I mean, I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole nother story. I'm not going to get into
and I have to be
Evan,
fair.
give us your.
I have to be fair. I just wanted to say one thing on this. We can't talk the McIntosh part of it, but in all seriousness, I did not realize when I said that there would be news coverage of that.
Exactly.
And the great people at WTMJ
what you were doing.
covering it as a news story. It was amazing.
Evan, Evan, don't try to act dumb. You're not dumb. You know exactly
Well, you're
what you're
acting
doing.
like I
You
did
played
this
it
by
like a
myself. I may have had an accomplishment.
What are you talking?
I may have had a plus one.
Maybe
I
there's
can't tell
an
you who that plus one is.
All right, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move the conversation forward.
Thank you.
Why do you think Mac made a brilliant move here?
Okay, Tausch, relative to the University of Wisconsin, what are you known as? A great former player, right? That's what you're known as. And Chris McIntosh, 6 years ago, what was he known as? A great former player. That's what he was. Yes, he worked in the athletic department for Coach Alvarez, but he's known as a great former player. Right now, what is he known as? A terrible, relative to football, AD, relative to other sports, fine to good AD. But he's not known as what he once was known as. And so what he did was he found a way out of jail. He was trending towards one of two things happening, either getting fired or having to fire people he believed in to keep his job. So neither of those two outcomes would be one that he would want. So he found an off-ramp to what seems to be a good job. My guess is he could do it somewhat remotely from Madison or go back and forth to Chicago, whatever the job may be, so he doesn't have to move his family, or even if he is doing 2 days here, 2 days there, whatever. And in 10 years, when everything is going perfectly at UW-Madison under Mark Tauscher's regime, Chris McIntosh will once again be known as a great former player and will kind of forget that he was the AD. He found a way out because he knew it was coming anyway.
All right, so what's next with Luke Fickell and how this whole thing goes, in your opinion?
What's next for Luke Fickell is the exact same thing. He has 1 year to get this thing right. And based on the trend of recruiting offensive linemen and bringing big guys, Wisconsin guys like Tausch and Joe Thomas types in, he has a better chance of success. But unless the current regime is going to continue in the interim to full-time role, whoever it is, whether it's Tausch or somebody else that's brought in as AD, did not hire him. So if he does not have a successful season this year, my anticipation is he will not be the coach in 2 years. But that was going to be my anticipation anyway prior to this. So I think that Luke Fickell is heading in the exact same spot. You better be great this year. Yes, you agree with that or no?
Nothing is, in your opinion, nothing has changed for Luke. It's this season or bust, in essence, regardless if Mac was the AD or if whoever they're going to bring in is going to be.
Yeah, because Tausch, what if they somehow win 10 games this year? The new AD is going to fire him?
You would think not.
Right. So in that scenario, yeah, it's the same thing. Here's the difference. If there's a gray area, if it's like, I kind of saw some things heading in the right direction, one more year and we get this going, that you're not going to win the benefit of the doubt. Ty does not go to Fickell anymore. I guess the best way I could say it. Where with McIntosh, maybe Ty goes to Fickell.
Now
so it's got to be clear cut. Where we all sit here at the end of the season as UW Badger, as alum, and we all sit here and say, oh, it's obvious you bring them back, or it's obvious you don't. I don't think there's any in between, because in between goes to you don't.
So 7 or 8 wins is an in between to you.
It seems that way. Jason, what would you say on that? It seems that way, right?
So I was intrigued by you saying this. They start with Notre Dame, obviously. They have
that's a loss.
Western Illinois, Eastern Michigan, at Penn State.
Let's assume a loss, 2-2.
Home against Michigan State.
Let's give us a win on that, 3-2. Although Pat Fitzgerald is there now, good coach, but 3-2.
At UCLA.
I'm giving us a loss on that. Bob Chesney's awesome, the coach there.
Is he related to Kenny? Is that a Kenny Chesney, some relationship there?
I don't think so. I mean, I know them both, okay?
I know you know Kenny, yeah. By the way,
I know Bob.
I was listening as I was driving down to Annex Wealth Management this morning. I was listening to your show, and then I turned on Jen Gabe.
And by the way, I heard they print rundowns for you. It's about time somebody does that, right?
Yeah, it's very nice. I'm telling you, they got coffee, water. Like it's top notch down here. Magic Johnson knows who you are.
Yeah, that one's weird.
Yeah. You got
that
Magic thinking in the 80s, throwing behind his head passes to Kareem, and he's talking about Evan Cohen in the year, the Lord of 2026. That just does that blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know that he does because in my head, like when I heard the sound that Magic was talking about us, like in my head, Smalls just read him the name, but everyone else thought like, no, he clearly knows the show, which is why. I mean, you don't think about the platform you're on sometimes, and like in that specific case, it's crazy to think that Magic Johnson's waking up at 4 a.m. in L.A., which is not that part's not surprising. When you're a billionaire like him, you're not getting up at 10. You're not Jesse getting up at 10:30, and Jesse's day starts at 9, which is interesting.
Yes.
But you're waking up at 4 a.m. and that's 7 our time. We're an hour into the show. That's wild, Tausch. That's wild to think.
Wait, so for those of us that were talking to alumni and players at Ed Policy
George Stephanopoulos,
as the Tailgate Tour was departing Lambeau Field, what does that mean? Magic Johnson knows who you are.
So last night, Michelle Smallman was back in St. Louis for an event she MCs every year for basketball awards. And they always have big keynote speakers and guests, and they had Roy Williams in the past. They had Don Staley in the past. And this year they had Magic Johnson. And Chris Canty, is a huge Lakers fan. Magic Johnson was his favorite player and idol growing up.
Uh-huh.
And so Smalls wanted to get a video of Magic saying hi to Canty. What she didn't know and what we didn't know, although he has tweeted about the show before, was how much of a fan he is, because he mentioned specifically off the air or off video to Michelle about Pat Costello, who does a segment called I'm Over It, complaining about things, that he likes the guy who complains, which really could be any of us on our show, and that he did a video for Canty, and he mentioned all of us by name. And he did not really look like he was hesitating mentioning us, that he just knows the show.
Wow, that is cool. Good for you. Magic Johnson. Does he surpass Kenny Chesney then in your power rankings of people who know you and are familiar with your work?
I don't know, because like the people that like now I've been told or have reached out that watch or listen to the show, it is weird the level that we're talking about. Like when all of a sudden Lil Wayne's reaching out and like is on the show with us, and like because he watches, that's confusing to me. Like if we had him on because he was doing a book tour or had an album out, fine. No, but he came on with us because he watches. Magic Johnson has unsolicited tweeted about us and have talked about us, right? Like I have other Hall of Fame level players, or Hall of Famers in Pro Football Hall of Fame who unsolicited reach out to me about the show. It's just
give me your
wild.
top 3. Give me your top 3 that shocked you, that know who you are. And then Jason and I will critique how impressed we are that they know you.
God, I don't know what I want to say here.
We're on air,
This is actually
Evan. I don't know
tough
if we're on air.
No, I know.
Okay, great.
Is it weird that I'm surprised that people at ESPN know who I am?
Yes.
Like if you say Mike Soltis or somebody that's in administration, no.
Yeah, we did have him on. I was emailing with him the other day.
No, I know. I'm watching. You guys have a lot of guests on your show. Like you have guests on guests.
This week. Oh yeah. This week has been the.
I think you had 3 guests on in the hour 10-minute drive.
A lot of wrestling today. A lot of wrestling.
Yeah, WWE. Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Well, today we had Cody Rhodes in studio with Gabriela Jaquez, Chicago Sky, UCLA, and then we had O'Shea Jackson Jr. and T.J. Jefferson who do the wrestling pod.
Yeah, it's becoming kind of an interview show.
I'll go. Yeah, enough, Tausch. AD. Jason, AD, Jesse. I will say top 3. Magic Johnson, Lil Wayne, Chris Carter.
The receiver?
Yeah. I'm going
to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
said
at
you
a
tell
charity.
me why 3 times. Yeah, no, I heard you.
Yeah, let me tell you why. I was at a charity golf tournament, and all of a sudden,
results
he
are
starts
results.
coming up to me. Oh my
Chris
God.
Carter did.
He starts coming up to me and talk to me without me talking to him, and that was surreal to me.
Although
it was weird at that same thing. I was the MC of this event. I get off the stage, and Urban Meyer comes running up to me to shake my hand. I was very confused by that. Like, why are you shaking my hand? I didn't get that. Oh, you know who else knew who I was? I loved Brady Quinn.
BQ.
Just because Yeah, any good-looking quarterback that knows who I am, I can relate to. You know how it is.
You can relate to, yeah.
All right, let's get to the back to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
Am I taking the wrong? Okay, no, seriously. Am I taking the wrong approach when it comes to McIntosh? Just simply saying it's better for everybody. Good that this happened. Good for him. Good for the university. Good for everybody. Because I know a lot of my fellow Badger alum and fans are angered towards this and said, like, he did such a bad job. How could he do this? I mean, the Big Cat audio is damning. When Big Cat from Barstow, UW alum, who is, I don't want to speak out of turn, Tausch, so correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's pretty safe to say he's a millionaire, is reaching out to the university to try to give money and no one calls him back.
Mm-hmm. I saw that too. Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think he's a high character, great guy. Like, I think he's awesome. And he's such a great representative for the university. Here's what I would like to do with you guys. Since there's no chancellor, right now, like, since we're in flux, can we come up with a 4-person committee? And that if we're going to say these 4 people need to be on the committee to hire the new GM, who do we want on that committee of people we know? Not new GM,
the new athletic director. You want us to help choose the new AD.
I mean, I would mention people that you don't know. There's a couple of folks that I would
I'm saying
want.
of name people. Yeah, of name people. Like, right, Ted Kellner would be on that
I'll
list.
say this.
Like,
Giannis.
I want Matt LePay as a part of any of this.
I want Matt LePay too.
Matt LePay should be a part of.
Now,
absolutely.
I don't know. Maybe he could be pushing for someone else to get the AD job. Again, I'm not going to reveal my accomplice in this bit. So, LePay.
I think you just did.
I think you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did. Oops. I think you, Tausch. I think Joe Thomas.
Okay.
I think Big Cat.
I was going to say Joe Thomas.
What about Michael Finley, high executive with the Mavs?
Yeah.
Like I mean, I wouldn't necessarily praise the Nico Harrison hiring if he was involved in that, but at least there's a high level of executive status in sports, right?
I think the bottom line on this is in order to turn things around and get things moving, I think we need as many voices and as many people feeling like they're a part of the operation as we've ever done. I was talking to somebody last night that knows a lot about what's going on, and I thought it was a really interesting analogy. And it was in the Richter Alvarez era, all you needed was a small boat. You needed to have people in your boat. You needed to have people rowing the boat. You needed to have, 8-10 people in the boat. Now you need a cruise ship. Now you need a cruise ship. You need to have everything available. You need to be able to go to places that you can't go with a rowboat. You need to have entertainment. You need to have all of the frills that makes a cruise ship go. That's what the University of Wisconsin needs. I thought that was absolutely a perfect analogy, and I am a very good critiquer of analogies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I throw out somebody I've been thinking about who would be good on the cruise ship? Jason, I can't believe I'm about to do what I'm about to do. Is Brett Bielema somebody we should be looking at for both jobs one day?
I was hoping you were going to say Jamie Pollard, who is the AD.
I threw that out there. I threw that out there to someone, and that someone said, I don't know that we have a better job than what he has now. And he's 21 years into the Iowa State job. And he was there when I was there at Wisconsin, when you were there in Wisconsin, and we saw that. If this is the sad thing, if we're going to be real, our sports are not better than Iowa State sports right now.
They're not. He's done a great job.
On the men's football.
I was going to say, how's their volleyball women's hockey team doing?
Yeah, and that's the point we do have to acknowledge with McIntosh, is that our women's sports are through the roof, and we should not at all diminish that. Period. Next sentence. We all know that football is the lifeblood of the university, the buzz, the excitement, and in a weird way, the women's hockey team would be celebrated even more if there was more rah-rah nature from the football program that we have belief in the university right now. And those young ladies should be celebrated. Let's not get that twisted.
Right, and he hired the right men's hockey coach, right? They went to the national championship game. Again, I don't think he did everything wrong. My point with Jamie Pollard is that they have been able to have success in the two engines that drive the athletic department in football and in men's basketball in this era. and he has been there for a long time. So he did the transition to this new era and did it effectively. He's a Wisconsin native. He was the first person I thought of. And
well,
Brett
let's see how
Brett
those
Bielema
things go. He just lost his coach and a bunch of players. We'll see how things go.
No, you're
because
right.
Retention of coaches and how that all works is a huge part. Whoever this next athletic director is going to be, that's going to be a huge part of this too. There's
Now,
numerous things.
Do you know timeline at all on this? Do you know, like,
I don't.
Do we expect
I don't think any
new AD full?
So here's the deal, and I think everybody was shocked. I don't know who all knew, but I don't think there was a ton of people, and I think the shock part of it, you're going to get a couple days. I don't know what the plan is. What I would wonder is, I know in the past when we've had chancellor turnover, it's taken a long time.
Yes.
To replace a chancellor. I don't think that's going to get sped up. And I'm just curious if you're going to wait or if you're going to have the interim chancellor hire a full-time athletic director. That is
weird.
I don't think that's like hiring a coach and then hiring a general manager at football. I just, that doesn't typically work. So can you wait a full season? Obviously, Marcus Sedbury is doing both jobs as running the football and now as interim AD. That seems like a lot. I don't know what that timeline is going to look like. I would guess, if I'm betting, I would bet that you're going to probably try to get an athletic director in sooner than a chancellor because I think that process is going to take less time.
Yeah,
and I'm not sure I'm on board or if I love that.
And Tausch, every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Central on Unsportsmanlike, I give out a hot mess rankings of the teams and sports that went into the week looking good and came out of the week looking not so good.
Sure.
I don't think I'm going to have a choice. I think I'm going to have to put UW-Madison athletic department on that list. I mean, we're a mess right now. Are we going to deny that? I hate to say it, but I mean, I kind of I don't know where I'm going to put them on the hot list. I think the Bucks are going to be on there too, as a matter of fact. But I kind of got to put the Badgers on the hot. We have nobody in charge of our
Bucks are definitely Bucks are number one for a while. I don't even know if you've put them on there.
Not just in the States.
No, I don't know who's in a worse spot if we're just being honest about it. Be honest about it.
Yeah, the Bucks or the Badgers, you're saying? Who's in a worse spot?
No, the Bucks are definitely in a worse spot than the Badgers are.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't know about that.
I feel fairly confident in that. Like, what are the Bucks right now? They don't even know what they're going to do. They don't have any picks. What are you as a Bucks
looking
at the Milwaukee in the long term? They have this one pick that's flopped out.
Yeah, they have the lottery pick this year.
Yeah, no, I understand, Evan. We both know. How good is that Nadal doc on Netflix looking?
Oh, I saw that was coming out.
It's going to be dynamite. Yeah, it's going to be dynamite.
Yeah,
but,
we had Jeannie Bouchard on yesterday talking a little tennis.
No, I know, and I text you because she said that there's pickleball players that turn back to tennis, and that's patently not true. And
what
I'm
are your thoughts on paddle or padel? I've been playing that.
Did you follow up with Jeannie about that?
No, because I started asking her about Pat going to a concert alone, and she was amazing, saying it's major red flags for Pat Costello going to a concert alone.
Yeah, you guys are crushing Pat. Why don't you guys help him out and try to find him a date instead of always beating him up?
I think that's the move, Tausch, is that you beat him up enough where somebody's like that pity date.
No, but you guys are rough on him. He's out there trying to improve himself. He's going to museums. He's doing stuff. He's out there throwing himself out there, and you guys crush him all the time.
Weren't we in the middle of a Bucks conversation?
He's a
what
part
happened?
He's a part of your team. Why are you burying a guy that's a part of your team?
That's a good point. You're always kind of Jesse.
I feel like we were streaming a show, and then we got the little thinking emoji thing, and then all of a sudden when I rejoined the program, we were having a completely different discussion.
What flip
I have
switch?
had enough conversation about the Bucks.
I got to tell you something.
What happened?
Tausch calls me, not the last time we spoke, the time before that.
Okay. What, did we lose him?
Yeah.
That's great cliffhanger.
Interesting spot to lose Evan.
It's probably time to call it a day with Evan. We've had enough.
So now we've lost Evan. So
I think he's back now. Evan, are you back?
You don't hear me?
No.
Hello?
No, we
You said
missed
the last
everything
time
you
I
just
talked
said.
to Tausch, and then you went completely out.
Oh,
Great
okay.
cliffhanger.
How about that Nadal doc?
Just like Who Shot JR. That's the best cliffhanger we've had since 1982.
All right, let me give you so basically, I asked, Tausch calls me a week and a half ago. He says, I got this idea. He pitches this idea. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. We can't just do that. I got to find out information about that. He says, all right, find out the information and let me know. I found out the information that day, and then I emailed him and I said, unfortunately, we can't do it. Next time I talked to him, he goes, boy, that was a fun thing, right? We had a lot of good times doing that. The point is, Tausch will come up with so many ideas, and then so many jokes off of the ideas, and he just wants to deflect about being the AD. Are you going to interview for the Badger AD job?
No, I'm not.
If they ask you to, will you interview?
If they ask me to, I'll talk it over. But I am not planning. No, that's not where my head's at. No.
I want someone
to come in that's going to bring a monster entrepreneurial spirit and get this thing flipped so that we're raising a bunch of money, we're doing all the right stuff. I want the program to kick blank. That's what I want. Period. Finn. And anything I can do to help, I'm on board. I'm not going to be the AD. No, I don't. I know we've had some fun with this, and you're blowing it up and doing all this stuff, but that's not where I'm at.
So, is there a price tag that would make it different for you?
There's always a price tag on everything. You know that. I mean, you've been talking about. You've been talking. I know you've been having some conversations. So I don't want to put your business on the street, but I understand that.
I've been doing what?
Yeah, you know what you're doing. You got your stuff going.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, you got stuff. I'll say this.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. I know, and I've said this, and I know you have to get on with Magic Johnson and ESPN Los Angeles here shortly.
Actually, no, but I do have a dentist appointment now.
It's National Hygienist Day. I saw it on the drive down I-94. It's National Hygienist Week. So make sure you're telling your dental hygienist happy week, I think.
Thank you for your service.
Doc Rivers is a great example. You can't try to pull someone into a job that they didn't want. And just because you think it's a great job, you saw the result of this, and you can make an argument that the Doc Rivers era in Milwaukee Bucks history is probably the most disappointing that we've had. When you look at what was expected and what was put into it and what the results were, has there been a coach that has been more disappointing than his 3 years as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks? Evan?
Gary Anderson?
I don't know. He coached the Bucks?
Oh, just with the Bucks?
Yeah. No, I'm not talking. There's plenty of coaches with the Bucks.
There's been disappointing coaches, but not. Thank you. I don't.
You're welcome, Evan. What else?
I'm getting out further. Thank you, sir. So I would say that because of the fact that you're talking about a Hall of Famer and coaching a Hall of Famer, there is no. I think that's probably where you have to go, because I'm just thinking about some of the other guys that have been in there, and the way in which they've come and gone. I don't know that any of them were supposed to be obviously as great as that guy with that team.
So Doc Rivers, 3-year tenure with all the expectations, the most disappointing in the history of the Milwaukee Bucks is what Evan Cohen's. Is that right, Evan?
I would have to look. I don't know, from Jason Kidd I thought Jason Kidd was very disappointing, honestly. I thought he was terrible as head coach.
Yeah, but he unlocked Giannis a little bit. He unlocked Giannis.
He felt, let's just say it this way. Jason Kidd, and I've talked to people about this, Jason Kidd got significantly better as a head coach after the Bucks, serving with the Lakers as an assistant and then with the Mavs. So I was disappointed in his abilities. Doc's a Hall of Famer. I mean, listen, reality is I picked him to go to the finals each of the last 2 years.
And you were wrong.
You would be right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Evan.
Because I had this ridiculous thought, and it was dumb, but my theme was, are we really going to see Giannis and Jokic never win again with their respective teams? So let me just go in on the Denver-Milwaukee finals thinking that at some point they're going to win a second one.
Yeah.
And I was wrong, at least with one of them.
Well, Jokic is the man.
I said with one of them. Yeah, he's awesome. Yep. He's awesome. You know, he passes like my buddy.
Me.
Magic Johnson.
No, Magic.
No.
Yeah, my guy.
No, I modeled my game. Jokic modeled his game after watching some old Auburndale High School tape.
On VHS.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Can you imagine leading the league in assists and rebounds?
First player ever.
First player in the history of the NB blank and A to do it. That's something, Evan.
Tausch, if the Denver Nuggets called,
Evan.
would you be interested in?
Jesse, good line.
Dallas Stars, I'd be interested for sure. And, maybe the Nuggets. Yeah. Yep.
Evan,
thank you, Evan.
All right,
good luck at the dentist.
I got to go to the dentist.
Yeah, good luck, Evan.
Thanks, guys.
And how about that Nadal doc? Doesn't that look good? Is that out yet?
It looks really good. No, it's in May. Comes right around French Open time.
You're talking about a documentary that just has a trailer out?
Yeah, I just saw the trailer for it. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Like just saw the trailer during our conversation
I saw it last night.
You were mid-sentence talking in the middle of a Bucks conversation, and then just
yeah. I told you guys this yesterday.
I'm
over all the Bucks stuff. I'm kind of over. Like, it is what it is. We had a crappy year. We got to reboot and rip this thing down to the studs. And for everybody that thinks that it's ideal, on any type of equilibrium to where Wisconsin's at, it's just crazy. Like, there's nothing close to it. It's totally different.
Well, then there's no better time to tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. The Bucks take on the world. Narrated by Charlie Behrens is the current season of the Behind the Bucks podcast. And, of course, you can find that in all the places that you like to get your podcast. Plus, you can find it on bucks.com/plus. The Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and like I said, wherever you get your podcast. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
What? This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
You may know someone with multiple sclerosis, but you may not know what their day-to-day reality is really like. MS affects nearly 1 million people in the U.S., impacting far more than mobility. MS can affect vision, thinking, energy, and daily life, often in ways others don't see or understand. This MS Awareness Week, take a moment to learn more, share what you learn, and be a champion for people living with MS. Learn more at nationalmssociety.org/awareness.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Win big with Quick Trip's Red Zone Midwest Tour. You could drive away in a 2026 Chevrolet Traverse Z71. Want in? Stop into Quick Trip. Purchase any qualifying fried chicken or Coca-Cola product with Quick Rewards, and you're automatically entered. Want to boost your odds? Grab both in the same stop, and you'll score 5 bonus entries. Full details at QuickTrip.com/Red Tour. Delicious chicken, ice cold Coca-Cola, and one incredible ride. Quick Trip's Red Zone Midwest Tour.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is express entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
An open house like no other, our Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited open house brings in product reps so you can see, touch, feel the product, and talk to the manufacturer reps directly from Pella, Sunrise, Marvin Windows and Doors, LP SmartSide, Certainteed Roofing, TimberTech Decking, County Pavers, and Screen Rooms. Everything is here for your next project at one place, one time on Saturday, April 25th from 9 to 1 p.m. Details at sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
Experience an auto show like never before. The Milwaukee Auto Show hits the road with new dates and a new easy access, easy to park location. Clear your calendar. May 14th through 17th at the Wisconsin State Fair Park and Expo Center. Whether shopping or just dreaming, you'll see sleek luxury cars to rugged trucks and everyday favorites. Hundreds of new vehicles May 14th through 17th at the Wisconsin State Fair Park and Expo Center. AutoShowMilwaukee.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at WalneyLegal.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Thanks to Evan Cohen. We wish him luck at his dentist appointment. Can't wait for that Nadal doc to come out.
That'd be good.
Jesse, when we talked yesterday, you had said that you and Barry Alvarez, you're a good friend and the co-host of the Jesse Nelson Show featuring Barry Alvarez.
Taught me how to play craps.
That he was on the golf course, and you were hoping that he might be able to join us at some point this week in the aftermath of the MAC news. Do you have an update on that?
As a matter of fact, I do. Scheduled to appear tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. on Wilde and Tausch. Barry Alvarez.
Wow.
And apparently, I don't know this for sure, but based on...
Is he not golfing tomorrow? Or
based on what he said his schedule was yesterday and today, I do believe this will be his first public commentary since the news broke of Chris McIntosh leaving UW-Madison. So pretty significant.
Good work, Jesse.
Barry Alvarez, host of the Barry Alvarez Show, which I have the pleasure of hosting during the football season, scheduled to appear tomorrow morning at 9:30 right here with us on Wilde and Tausch. How about that?
That is good work by you. I'll be curious to see what he has to say. Did you let your other friend, your famous friend Brian Bulaga, know that he was getting bumped for the Wisconsin icon that is Barry Alvarez?
I did, actually. The only person golfing more than Barry Alvarez this week is Brian Bulaga. So we have worked out some schedule
So he will
arrangement.
join us later in the week.
Brian Bulaga will actually join us later in the show on Wednesday. So it's a Barry Alvarez, Brian Bulaga double header tomorrow.
A lot of bees.
Nice.
Because Blue has a member guest this week, and so he can't do anything later in the week.
Again?
So, right? So,
yeah, right.
I asked him if he wanted the Wisconsin athletic director job when I texted him to reschedule him, and
Yeah, he'd be good at that.
he not so kindly said no, he's not interested in that blanking job, which I didn't think was very nice of him. So I wouldn't mind if we didn't have Bulaga on this week, but I know everybody else likes him. So
We do. Yeah. Everybody does.
Barry
like him.
Alvarez and Brian Bulaga both scheduled to appear on tomorrow's show, which will be a big one.
All right, Jesse. Well, thank you for your efforts on that. We look forward to that again. Barry Alvarez scheduled to appear tomorrow at 9:30. Eager to hear from him in what potentially will be his first comments since the news that Chris McIntosh stepping down as athletic director and leaving for a newly created position at the Big Ten Conference. All right, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour, and we will do that in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
An epic Brewers Pirates series is coming April 24th through the 26th. Kick it off with Star Wars Night on Friday the 24th. And check out a post-game laser show presented by ESPN Milwaukee. Then on Saturday the 25th, get a Brewers Windbreaker giveaway courtesy of Courts. Wrap up the series with Family Sunday fun and kids cheer free. Plus, the first 5,000 kids take home an Abner Uribe poster. Grab a seat at Brewers.com.
Michelob Ultra is brewed here. So is the grit that takes U.S. soccer players to the world's biggest stage. The excitement that fills a stadium before a single ball is kicked. The feeling when we rally together behind one team. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Brust and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. The Packers Tailgate Tour began this morning. Ed Policy going on it for the first time, not just for the first time as the team president and CEO, but he was always, as he joked, left behind because somebody had to mind the store when Mark Murphy was going on the Tailgate Tour each year. So
we got to get the Chippewa Falls.
He is part of that. It's another one of the Mark Murphy classics. I'm surprised Mark Murphy didn't ask if he could go along. He loved the Tailgate Tour, but maybe he's busy with his his golf course up in Door County, whatever else.
I heard something on KBN yesterday. Could Mark Murphy help out in the interim in Madison?
Jesse, I don't like this at all, but you and I were on the exact same page. That's exactly why I brought him up, and then we'll get into the tailgate tour. He's been an administrator. He's been an athletic director at Colgate. He was an athletic director at Northwestern. He is quasi-retired. That's almost like you were reading my mind. What do we think of him helping out in the interim with a athletic department? I think it would be first of all, it would be great because he would spill the tea on things that are going on in the athletic department that people keep locked down.
He's a complicated fella.
Because you never know what he's going to say. But yeah, I know that I ticked him off when I asked him about changing the structure and then being the decider on who the next coach would be. But he does have a resume that makes him more than qualified if the Badgers need someone to help them during this period. I think it's actually a really smart idea.
Who brought it up? KBN? Kyle, Brust, or Nortman, or who brought it up, Jesse?
I don't recall. I first saw it on social media, and then I tuned into the show and heard a little bit of the conversation.
I think anytime you can lean on someone's experience, I think him being a part and kind of going through that process, he obviously had a ton of success up in Green Bay. He knows, does he know college football like he did? It's not. You might as well. It's apples and oranges. When he was the AD at Northwestern, it's not even the same. That was the rowboat era. We're in the cruise ship era.
Great point.
I don't know where his head's at. Now, the Packers are a cruise ship. So understanding that, obviously he has great business relationships with all of these partners that Green Bay has, and a lot of those are going to be the same partners that the University of Wisconsin wants to wrap themselves around. So if Mark Murphy was up for it, I'm not going to pry him off the golf course because I now call it the Doc Rivers effect.
Yep.
If somebody's not openly, willingly, really wanting to do something, say deuces be, because in this world, you need all in. You need people to be intrigued and want to help. So that doesn't mean he can't come and consult and do something. But obviously, what Mark Murphy did business-wise up at the with the Green Bay Packers and all of the things that he did, that's a heck of an asset to any organization, especially one that's going to be looking at doing a lot of similar things, in my opinion, that the Green Bay Packers have done.
Well, and like you, and I'm not comparing you to Mark Murphy, but like you said, you want to help, right? You're not throwing your hat in the ring for the athletic director job, but you care about
maybe Mark Murphy doesn't. He's a Northwestern guy. So
right,
maybe
I understand.
He's like, I'm happy that they're struggling.
Right.
We don't know that.
Maybe, but he is also someone who's obviously been in this state for a long time, who does have a level of expertise. I think you make a great point about the differentials between the boats and by the way, whoever came up with that analogy, they should feel really good about when the king of analogies praises your analogy. I know I've had one or two of those over the last 10 years. It's a good feeling. So good job by them.
Yeah, I'll be really disappointed in all the things I've been getting clipped on lately. If that cruise ship and boat doesn't get clipped, I'm going to be very disappointed in our clip team. I'm just going to say that right now.
But to your point, I think that he has become a Wisconsinite. And I think he would, if the university said, look, we're not looking to hire you as our next athletic director. We're in a time of transition with the head of the UW system, with the chancellor, and now with the athletic director. But if you have some time in your retirement, we would love to have you be part of our kind of village that's keeping things going while we figure out what's next. I think Mark Murphy would be willing to do that. I really do. So just like you said, you'd like to help. I think he would probably take the opportunity to help as well.
That would be great. And I think, again, all hands on deck in this case. But the most important quality, I think, is going to be you need to be able to raise money and you need to be able to really have a business acumen that knows how to bring more resources to the table. Because for as much as we could say it's important to have coaching, there's no doubt. All of that is vital, but bringing in revenue and being able to spend in a world that there is no cap, there is none of that. If you don't get that right, I don't care. You could have the Pope come in, and I think you're going to struggle.
The Pope been in the news a little bit lately. I'm curious.
White Sox fan.
I want to get to some Packers discussion about both the Tailgate Tour and some of the things that we've been writing about at channel3000.com. But I think this is a really good idea on the Mark Murphy thing. I really do. And I don't know if KBN gets credit for the idea, because the thought crossed my mind as well, but they might have been the first ones to put it out into the ether. Speaking of putting it out there, Jesse, the time has come for you to field a number of calls. I know, based on the show sheet that was nicely printed out for Tausch at the Annex Wealth Management Studios, it's time to give away some Iron Jock swag.
About that time. I'm ready.
To bring forth the rhythm and the rhyme.
Hit me, old T.
All right. You know what? As a former athlete, I've worn just about every kind of workout gear there is. Nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you work. I went on a nice long walk with my Iron Jock at Dry Fit. Oh, it was fantastic. It kept me dry, comfortable, and I was super confident. Their silver ion technology is woven into every thread, hunting down and killing. And you know what? I got a good little sweat going. And you know what? Killed 99.9% of the odor bacteria causing the Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and you're going to keep showing up. So shop now at ironjock.com. Now is your chance to win that Iron Jock hat. Caller number 177 to win an Iron Jock hat. Caller 177 to win that Iron Jock hat.
Caller 177.
Yeah, it's not. We've been in the 300s before, so 177's about half of that.
Been in the 50s before. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I've been hearing the streamers are a little bit uproarious. They haven't felt like they've gotten a fair shake, so we're gonna go 177.
There you go. Caller 177. Tausch has spoken. He does declare. 844-770-3776. Jesse's answering your calls. Caller 177 wins from Iron Jock. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on April 28th.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in April 28th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Mark Tausch here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
3 people, 3 different kinds of joint pain, 1 decision to do something about it. The solution, not surgery, it was QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
I wanted to use my own body to hopefully regenerate and get rid of that pain. So it's been 3 months and my back is significantly better.
The pain in my knees was pretty severe, so I came here, and even after the first treatment, I noticed an incredible difference. If you have pain in any part of your body, this is the place to go.
I couldn't go to the gym anymore, and I couldn't play with my grandkids. That's why I made the decision to come here to QC Kinetics, and it was the best decision decision that I ever made for my own health. This works. Don't do surgery.
Finally, relief for 3 real patients. Lives transformed through QC Kinetics non-surgical treatments. Your story could be next. Call for your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, stay and play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
How are things at Kessler's Greenfield, Kelly?
Fantastic. I heard you have an idea for springtime.
I love spring.
I have a big collection of new life to show you.
New life is a spring thing.
Show us. I call it crosses and clovers.
These are amazing.
Well done, Kelly.
These are stunningly unique.
Kelly, the surface of this 4-leaf clover is fantastic. What's it made of?
Sarah, the surface of that lucky 4-leaf clover is made of crushed black diamonds.
Wow. I'm buying this one. How much?
$185. In yellow gold vermeil, it's just $270. This cross, $90.
And these initials pendants?
These are $60.
Clovers, crosses, and personalized pendants.
And a leprechaun that says they're magically delicious.
Sarah, that's a breakfast cereal.
Kelly, you've done well.
Extremely well.
Extremely very well. Happy springtime, everyone.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jesse continues to take those calls. Good luck with that. The Tailgate Tour departed Lambeau Field today. The alumni that were on it, Desmond Bishop, who says hello, by the way, Randall Cobb, Desmond. James Jones, who also says hello, and Brandon Jackson, who you played with too. And I passed along some of the audio clips and video clips that I got while I was there, because one of we talked about a variety of things, and what I try to do with the Tailgate is talk to guys about their experiences that are applicable to what's going on with the team currently, and with both Randall and James Jones. And James Jones, maybe he's looking for maybe just some guest spots. Like to be a cast member on our program, because he brought the heat. He does not like the fact that they traded away Dontavian Wicks. And as he got ready to depart on the Tailgate Tour with the organization, he basically said it was a bad idea, and they're going to regret it. I think he really likes him as a player, for one. And two, to his point, and we ended up talking about that famous Sports Illustrated cover with him and Cobb and Jordy and Donald Driver and Greg Jennings and Jermichael Finley all surrounding Aaron Rodgers. He also admitted, as you pointed out, that behind the scenes there were certainly times when the wide receivers were not singing Kumbaya in the wide receiver. I know you're shocked. Very shocking. But I thought he might say, because I framed it as, they did not re-sign Romeo Dobbs, they traded Wicks, and he interrupted me and said, I don't like that trade. I was like, whoa, this is going to be good.
But does he still have that TV show on Fox?
I don't watch that program.
It's with Stephanopoulos, and I'm trying to think who else is on Stephanopoulos' show.
Laura Spencer, Robin Roberts, Michael Strahan, single season sack record that he set once upon a time. So
that's over. That's dead.
It is. I thought that he might say, it actually simplifies things now because it's, you've got basically your top three, and there's not as many mouths to feed. But no, he was definitely anti Dontavion Wicks trade, which I thought was really interesting. I am curious.
And I know you'll have the audio for us, but what was his rationale that you can never have enough good wideouts, or what was his rationale for it? Because I laid it out yesterday, and on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning on WTMJ, I laid it out again. There comes a point where you got to let guys eat. And if you're not, and you have, I don't know if James Jones has listened to Matt LaFleur's commentary like we have, in the fact that he brought up all the disgruntlement and how he's going to nip that this year. If he has, then you look at it, and James knows this better than anybody. James was never a 1 or 2. There were games James was a 1, but in the overall picture, James was always a 2-3 guy. But he would get opportunities, and one of the great things about James Jones is he knew his role, and he did it. And if he needed to be the guy, and it was, hey, you're going against their weak corner this week, you're going to eat. He knew that. But if he was the 5th or 6th option, I'm going to tell you something about James Jones. I don't think James Jones would have been very happy about it. And if he had an opportunity to go and make more money and go play in Philly or wherever it would have been and get to be a 1 or 2 and earn this opportunity, you know who would have been the first guy to sign up for that?
James Jones. Yeah. I think there's more layers to this.
I'm curious to hear what he has to say on that, because he obviously lived it. He knows it. He's been in those rooms more than I understand the psyche of a receiver room, but he's lived it, and you want depth. But as an organization that only had 7 picks, you want picks, and if you're going to talk about not having as much gruntlement this year, you got to do something about it. You can't just talk about it. And I think that was a part of it. And I saw Dontavion Wicks went to Twitter yesterday to kind of say that he wasn't unhappy and all this other stuff, and that very well could be. But I bet he's a lot happier now than he was 2 days ago.
Yeah. And I think, and we'll play it later in the show, or maybe we're working on that. I sent it along. But one of the things he also pointed out, and I thought this was something that I neglected to think about when the trade happened. And again, let me be clear, and I said this to KBN yesterday, and I said it to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, look, you get 2 draft picks. I'm not in any way killing Goody for this trade. I understand that I'm viewed by some as a Goody hater. I do criticize him maybe more than others do, but he needed to stockpile picks. I have no problem with that. And the fact that they got 2 picks, one this year, one next year, for Dontavion Wicks, I can't be critical of him for that. I don't know if it's as good as getting a 4th rounder for Rashawn Gary, but the fact that they got not 1 but 2 picks for Wicks, I think he deserves credit for that. So I'm not saying they shouldn't have made the trade. I am saying that there may come a time during the course of this season where we're going to think, gosh, it would have been nice to have Dontavion Wicks available for sure.
There's going to be times where you're going to say, boy, it'd be nice to have Malik Willis available. Hey, it's the big leagues. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
People don't just stand pat. Like, you have to be willing to be proactive, and you have to make wagers. This is a wager that he believes his guys are going to stay healthy, or if not, we'll find someone, Savion Williams, or another draft pick, or someone else, Bo Melton, that will be able to replace the production by the way, for a guy that has had some really good moments as a Packer, not as many as we wished, and is probably going to be unhappy if he stays in the role that would be afforded to him if everybody stays healthy.
Yep, you're right.
So
you're right.
Hey, you got to take a shot. And in this case, I understand you wanting depth, but just because you want to stockpile stuff doesn't mean that the players are going to want that, or that's going to be the best thing for your football team. And I think accumulating talent is great. Accumulating talent that fits together and works is more important than having just tons of talent. There's been teams littered with talent, dream teams, and all this other stuff that have been, as Ron Wolf says, farts in the wind.
You know who's got a dream team together, though? Annex Wealth Management, to make sure that you have both financial literacy and win some fun prizes with Old T today.
And I'm here today. It's we're an hour and 24 minutes from the tip. Events.annexwealth.com. Love for you to register. Love for you to play. Love for you to take home a haul of prizes that we have. I'm challenging you. They're challenging my financial literacy. We're all going to have a lot of fun. And the beautiful part is we're going to learn a lot about the economy, about how to handle tax days tomorrow, questions on taxes, investments, all of that. I want every entrepreneur, business owner, wealth builder, people that are trying to figure out how to best handle their money, find out from the experts like I will today with our team at Annex Wealth Management. We're going to go rapid fire. It's going to be quick. No safe spaces, just pure financial literacy combat. And you can land the winning move and beat me and be eligible to win some unbelievable prizes. Head over to events.annexwealth.com. That's events.annexwealth.com. Register today. Show up ready. You got an hour and 20 minutes to do it, because today the bell's going to ring, the questions are going to fly, and the prizes are going to go if you can beat me at financial literacy.
We will get Tausch ready by playing a little trivia a little bit later in the hour. But I also talked to Brandon Jackson before the bus left, and we had a little bit of a conversation about his role on the Super Bowl team and juxtaposed that with some of the disgruntlement that Matt LaFleur spoke of. We'll talk about that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Get ready to sip into summer with the new Carbless Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack. 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple, all packed up and ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. It's backyard barbecues, fireworks, lawn games, and the classic summer flavor in every can. This season, bring the party, bring the nostalgia, and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up your brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Homer here for Window Nation. Spring has arrived and it'll be a great time to open your windows and... Wait, your windows won't open easily? They leak when it rains? They have cracked glass? They need repainting again? It's time to talk with the pros at Window Nation and put an end to your window problems. Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation, easy and affordable. Right now, during the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, save up to 50% off all your windows. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest financing for 5 years. As a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is your home. Experts report that windows retain 80% of their value. With Window Nation, you'll get windows that easily slide open and close, won't leak when it's rainy or windy, and are maintenance-free. Put an end to your window problems now. Save big with Window Nations. The more you buy, the more you save. Visit windownation.com to book a consultation.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for Robert Hack Diamonds. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 2 in Brookfield, 1 in Greenfield, where I went, to buy my fiance's dream engagement ring. You don't become Wisconsin's most trusted and respected name in diamonds on accident. Robert Hack Diamonds has been in Wisconsin for almost 80 years, serving the Milwaukee area and all of the state with top-notch customer service and all the help you need along the way. I had no idea what I was doing. I knew I got the girl right, but I wanted to get the diamond right too, and Robert Hack Diamonds made sure that happened. If you're looking to take that next step just like I did, there's only one place to go. That's Robert Hack Diamonds, 3 locations in the Milwaukee area. Tell them I sent you. And whether you, like me, have no idea what you're doing or have a really good idea of what you're doing, go to the best in Wisconsin. You want that day to be special and you want that ring to be special. They created my fiance's dream engagement ring, and they can create yours too. Visit them online, roberthackdiamonds.com, or in Greenfield or Brookfield. And just like me, you'll leave that store saying, heck yeah, because of Robert Hack Diamonds.
Hi, I'm Greg Fritsch, president of the Center for Veterans Issues, inviting you to get involved in supporting the CVI mission. The Center for Veterans Issues is proud to serve veterans across Wisconsin. Each year, we help more than 1,200 veterans stay housed, find meaningful employment, and connect with the support they've earned. From housing assistance and job training to case management and suicide prevention outreach, our team is here to help veterans build stable, independent lives. If you're a veteran in need of support, visit cvivet.org. Donations can also be accepted at cvivet.org/donate.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Events.annexwealth.com. Jesse's been doing a great job of putting a little video stream. I think we could maybe throw a tweet out from our Wilde Tausch account at some point before the 12 o'clock hour hits. But you head over to events.annexwealth.com. And again, man, I know Annex top notch. Not only going to learn a bunch, but you're also going to have a chance of taking home some pretty cool stuff. So.
Jim in the YouTube comments, Watson and Reed are clearly better than Wicks. They didn't want to go into 2027 knowing they would lose him anyway. Again, they got 2 draft picks for him. I am not criticizing the trade. They would have had 3 guys going into the last year of their deals this season. Now they have 2. I am very curious, and one of the conversations we can have later in the week is, can they figure out a way to extend Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson and Jaden Reed, because that was something that Gabe was very interested in this morning. And I said, look, the way they structure those extensions, early on, the first couple of years, like, they have Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons is not an onerous contract yet. It will be, but it's not currently. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if we can say that it's not doable, but again, they would have gotten, Wicks goes somewhere else and you get some crummy 5th or 6th round compensatory pick, great, but you got both here. You got a 5th right away in a year that you only had 7 picks, and now you have a 6th in 2027, and you're up to potentially 12 or more picks.
Yeah, it's a classic win-win for everybody involved. He was not going to get the opportunities, barring an injury, that he was going to be able to showcase what he can do. And he got money that's guaranteed to him. and he's going to get a ton of opportunities. And the Packers get a pick that, had he signed for, I don't know what Romeo Dobbs' compensatory pick, it's probably going to be a fifth. You got that.
Maybe a fourth.
And you got it in a year, maybe a fourth, but you got 2 picks. I just think it's a really good proactive move, both from a locker room standpoint. And again, I don't want to portray Dontavian Wicks as some malcontent because I don't know.
Right.
All
we don't
I'm
know
saying
that.
is when you're in that receiver room, when you have guys, there does come a point, I don't care how good of a teammate you are, you have to be selfish. And that room lends itself to being more selfish than others, typically.
Yeah.
And so to do this, there's just a lot of positives that come along with it. The negative is depth and a guy that can play your system and can be good, but you can't just you have to let him go and go thrive. Sometimes that can't be in your spot, and I think that's the case with Wicks, and hopefully he does that.
All right, I want to get to the conversation I had with Brandon Jackson today, because I do think it's apropos given the discussion about guys being disgruntled or unhappy with their roles. I think he's and I think you probably know exactly where I'm going with that. But let's do that at the top of the 11 o'clock hour, and let's play trivia now. Now, Jesse, I know that there was some hope that you would be able to get Tier 1 Tyler somehow involved with the Annex Wealth Management event that Tausch is at. Do we have any updates on life events that are precluding his involvement that we're not saying? By the way, if he's a Tier 1 friend, couldn't you just check with him if it's okay for us to say what he's got going on?
Depending on what the life event is, it's not just impacting the Tier 1 friend, though. There's other people involved in that in certain circumstances.
You've done a terrible job of not giving us any clues as to what it might be.
Stop crying about it, and maybe we'd have a chance. Tier 1 Tyler, it sounds like might actually be available today, so stay tuned.
Oh,
but,
perfect.
It sounds like this could happen. So,
will he be open to chatting? Because what's nice about this, and I've done these webinars now, I have not done it in a competition format. It's been more informative, but there's a little chat thing, and I'll be able to get after the geese on the chat. Like I was able to when I was with you last at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford, and I could actually be in the chat in our ESPN Milwaukee or ESPN Madison
that
chat.
Went so well when we were at the Hard Rock, yeah. So I'm working on seeing if Tier 1 Tyler can join. In the interim, when we play our version of trivia, Wilde Tausch trivia coming up next.
Which is right now.
I hope this is a financial literacy precursor, so I get a little Bishop's charity game in before I got the AFC or the NFC divisional round game coming up.
So it is a Tausch trivia warm-up for his afternoon with Annex Wealth Management. Now,
I like that.
I can't make financial literacy trivia questions as well as Annex Wealth Management can, but I can make...
Oh, I like the fake humility there, by the way.
I can't. I'm not expecting to beat Tausch this afternoon. I'm going to try, but I don't think I'm going to beat him. I can make a plethora of trivia questions catered to the worst trivia categories Tausch performs in traditionally as a good warm-up and a good stretch for you to get going. So
I see what you did here.
It's a potpourri of we have 3 different categories for each question. So there's 3 questions. Each is a different. There's not one theme for our trivia today, but it's all themes of things Tausch is traditionally not very good at in an effort to get him ready for this afternoon.
I don't think I'm not very good at any of them, so I'm kind of curious what these are going to be. Very curious.
Jesse, you just survived caller 177. So in the interest of lightening your load but still being able to get some streamers to be eligible, what caller would you like?
Drop 1 digit. You pick.
17. I am not going 77. Caller 17 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 17 will play Wilde and Tausch trivia. again, good luck to our contestants. I'm very curious to see how they fare.
Tausch's trivia warm-up. Tausch's trivia warm-up today.
I've now gotten a preview of the categories, and I would agree with 2 of the 3 that you're not very good at. But the third one makes no sense because you're really good at the third category, which is question 3.
Okay.
Well, you'll find out. We'll all find out together next. Caller 17, 844-770-3776. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Kyle Bruston Nortman.
We need the final end here.
Oh, okay. Who you been, bro?
KBN.
Brian Gutekunst has mapped out his best offseason of his entire career. I've been thinking about roster development lately and what Goody has in store for him. And I don't see any way this team can become a title contender unless Goody has the best offseason of his whole career.
Kyle Bruston Nortman. Afternoons from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and build spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations. People lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
The Run for the Roses is coming to St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Join us Saturday, May 2nd for the Kentucky Derby Day in partnership with Woodford Reserve. Watch the race live, sip on specialty cocktails including the classic mint julep, and dress to impress. Best hat and best dress contests are on the card. Admission is free, or you can upgrade to VIP for $75 for exclusive food stations and 2 complimentary cocktails. Visit stkatearts.com to RSVP or grab your tickets at stkatearts.com.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Back to the news right.
We get Tausch ready for his financial literacy challenge by playing some Wilde and Tausch trivia presented by Vortex Golf, Iron Jock, and Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Iron Jock. No stank, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. By Cousin Subs. Try the new Protein Power Plays. For subs loaded with protein and made with fresh ingredients you love. All for just $7.99. And by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Let's welcome in our contestant, and what a special combination with Tausch being at Annex Wealth Management. He is a first-time contestant. It is Jim in Milwaukee. Jim, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Is this a warm-up for you, or are you going to attend the Tausch Annex Wealth Management event now after you get done with trivia?
I don't think I'll be attending, but I wish him well, and I hope there's some Gerald Ford questions.
Nice. Well done. All right. Well, he'll be dealing with financial
sounds like
literacy.
Sparky. Jim sounds a little bit like Sparky.
Yeah, you think it's Sparky with a pseudonym?
No, I think it's Jim, but I'm just saying he sounds a lot like Sparky. Man.
Sparky's
Tell me I'm
brother?
crazy.
Sparky's brother.
Could be.
Malarkey. Jim, the categories are allegedly categories that Tausch is not good at. I agree with that assessment on 2 of the 3. Here we go. Question number 1 is this. It is song lyrics trivia. No doubt Tausch sucks at that.
Not my best. I think that's a fair assessment from Jesse. Yes.
Here we go, Jim. Question 1. Finish these lyrics from the OJ's classic song For the Love of Money, which is that the one that used to be the Take It to the Bank
It
music?
is, yeah, and I thought,
That's what I thought.
That's the closest I could get to a financial literacy question is a song about money and song lyrics.
So, Jim, here we go. Some people got to have it. Some people blank. Fill in the blank with feel they need it, know they love it, or like to win it at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Well, I don't know. I'll go for A, first one.
Feel they need it.
Tausch?
I would have said B.
Know they love it. One of you is right. And it's Jim.
All right.
Atta babe, Jim.
All right, 1 for 1, Jim. Question 2. Disney trivia, which Tausch also sucks at.
Me too.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be a problem. This one should be. All right, I'm not even going to say it. Jesse, this is a really good idea though. Question 2, Disney trivia, Jim. What is the name of the mermaid in The Little Mermaid?
Oh, I know this one.
Is it Aurora, Ariel, or Anastasia?
I'll go Anastasia with his daughter.
Tausch?
Well, I think it's Ariel.
One of you is right. And it's Tausch, which is an upset.
Let's go.
Well, now you're each 1 for 2, as it turns out. All right, Jim, question 3, which is Wisconsin geography trivia. Don't you take offense to that?
Yeah, I just knew he'd like
Yes,
it.
I'm very good at Wisconsin.
I was torn between a couple.
Very excited.
I was torn between a couple of categories. I thought Tausch would likely be 0 for 2 at this point, so I should throw him a bone on question 3.
Oh, is that what
That's
you
what
were
I thought would happen. So he's
That's not how
outperformed.
you presented it.
Anything literary would have been probably good. Science, probably.
Not
would have been
history,
pretty
though.
good.
I was going to give you geology. I think I remember geology was not a strength of yours.
No, I struggled in rocks for jocks. That class was a lot tougher than it was let on.
But has Tausch ever told you about that amazing archaeological dig in the Dakotas? All right, question 3, Jim. Here we go. Wisconsin geography trivia is the category. Latitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest north? Farthest north. Is it Eden, Benton, or Kellnersville?
I'll go Benton.
I don't know where Benton is, and I don't know where Eden is. I know where Kellnersville is.
Tausch?
I'm going to go Eden.
Wisconsin geography trivia, one of the things you're good at, huh? Congratulations, you're both wrong.
It's Kellnersville?
According to the information I have here.
Eden
Now,
is
Kellner.
near...
Kellner is up by Rapids, no, but not Kellnersville.
Kellnersville is between... I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's by like the Brillion, Chilton kind of area, like on your way from Fond du Lac toward Green Bay.
Yeah.
Eden is a little further south near Fond du Lac, and Benton is all the way down near the Illinois border, down by like Hazel
I'd like you to
Green.
check Eden and Kellnersville's coordinates because I think they're a lot closer than Jesse thinks. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but you're definitely not super confident about it.
Are you going to challenge ABS style all of your questions you get wrong this afternoon with Annex
I will
Wealth
challenge
Management?
if I am very strongly, I will consider tapping my Annex Wealth Management hat and ABSing it. Yes.
All right, Jim. Unfortunately, it hurts you to get ones wrong more than it hurts Tausch. There's no real backlash for him. You, on the other hand, have one correct. That means you've got 2 of the possible 4 entries into Friday's drawing. You were the first contestant of the week since we didn't play yesterday. So good luck in the drawing, and thanks for playing. We appreciate you, buddy.
Great, thanks. Jim Gantner's from Eden.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! Yes! I knew there was something significant to be connected to that. Well done. That was fun.
Who's from Kellnersville?
Ted Kellner?
I don't think so.
The first time I drove by
He should
Kellnersville,
be.
I did wonder if it was named after him.
Is that right?
Guessing he could buy it.
I mean, in fairness, most things I hear about Ted are named after him, so.
It's true. All right, that is the 10 o'clock hour. We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour. We'll hear a little bit maybe from Ed Policy. I do want to talk a little bit about our conversation that Brandon Jackson and I had, because I think he was the perfect guy to be on this trip for the Tailgate Tour in light of what Matt LaFleur had said about guys being unhappy with their roles. We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour with that in 2 minutes. Stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, stay and play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course inspired by the golden age of golf.
At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Need help but don't know where to turn? Contact 211 Wisconsin today. Whether it's finding food, housing assistance, mental health support, help with addiction, or more, 211 Wisconsin is available for free 24/7 to connect you with thousands of local programs and services. Dial 211 on your phone. You can also chat with a specialist on 211wisconsin.org or install the 211 app. Help is closer than you think. Sponsored by 211 Wisconsin.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Give it up, give it up.
The 11 o'clock up. Wilde Tausch begins now. So Tausch played with Brandon Jackson. He was a second-round pick out of Nebraska in 2007. The Packers in was it 2000? It was 2007 that they picked up Ryan Grant at the end of training camp, and he ends up bursting onto the scene midway through the season. Has a huge year, then has back-to-back 1,000-yard, 1,200-yard seasons in 08 and 09. And Brandon Jackson essentially gets relegated to being the third down back and a blitz pickup specialist, and a guy who catches the ball out of backfield. Nobody who's drafted in the second round dreams of being that guy, right? He wants to be the guy. And so in talking with him today, you know, it was interesting to get his insight, and it goes back to the discussion we had because of what Matt LaFleur offered up at the NFL meetings, that there were guys that were unhappy with their roles, and that he said, and I quote, that took a toll on our football team. Tausch, you were on that team. We talked about the wide receivers a little bit with what James Jones said, and how, and Randall Cobb said it as well, that it wasn't always kumbaya in the wide receiver room. So what's the key? What's the key to, is it the guys that you choose? Is it the being clear in your messaging to players? Because not everybody was Brandon Jackson on this team, that's for sure, right? That accepted their role and did it to the best of their ability. Like, there was frustration. Matt LaFleur wouldn't say who they were, but is it the culture? Is it the people you pick that they're able to handle it better? I just have thought, and I'm looking forward to talking to Matt LaFleur again, because I know he's not going to want to discuss it further, but I, of course, am. Like, how do you make sure that this doesn't happen again? What do you make of that?
I think the important thing is you find the right guys, and you have to have strong leadership in those rooms. And when you're talking about wide receivers, I said this when we first had this disgruntlement conversation, that's a Jordan Love thing. And quarterbacks don't need to be rah-rah. They don't need to do all that. But what they do need to do is have a great pulse on where guys are at. And it means a lot to a player when a quarterback, and I know Jordan is not at the star level of Favre and Rodgers in their heyday, but when they come and have a conversation with you, it matters. You can have a coach, you can have all this. So I think getting a hold of that and understanding you don't know when your time is going to come, be ready, And in the meantime, be everything that you can possibly be to help the team. Those are conversations that you need to have with your teammates. Sometimes it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some guys who are like, blank this. Like, this isn't what I signed. And when that's the case, then the head coach and the position coach have to kind of figure out what that looks like. And if it's to the point where it's detrimental, you have to make tough decisions. And we've seen that over the course of time, too, where guys have been cut and you're like, what the heck? What happened?
Right.
Well, typically, stuff doesn't get leaked out, but that's typically where you're at. So I think guys, everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to get paid a ton of money. Everybody wants their role to be bigger. But there does come a point in your career where you get very, I guess, self-aware of where you're at and what your role is going to look like. And you need to find guys that are willing to accept those roles. Kirk Cousins is a good example. He didn't anticipate being the backup quarterback in Atlanta when he went down there and signed that big deal, but he had the big deal. And so you can balance that. These guys, Brandon Jackson, I said this when we were having this discussion, that I just think back to him as being somebody that really embraced the role and was a critical part to what we did and was a big part of why we won. Because they would show teach tape of him with his tight hands, picking up blitzes. And that the quarterback respects and appreciates that. And you know what? All of a sudden on checkdowns, the ball goes out to B-Jack maybe a little bit more. It's getting the right guys, but this to me all comes down to leadership within your locker room and having those conversations with guys that are starting to stray. Everybody can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of it just being like, well, he'll figure it out, have the conversations, make sure they understand how important those roles are. And there'll be some guys that just don't care. And those guys aren't going to be great teammates. And then they're usually not there for very long. But there are going to be some guys that are going to say, man, I just want to do what it takes to win. And I have to be honest, I think it's a whole different animal now compared to maybe what it was then, because it has gotten, and this is not me being an old dude running uphill both ways and milking cow. Like, that's not what this is. We are in a much more selfish era, and that doesn't matter in what line of work it is, but especially in professional sports where the money just keeps climbing. When you find unselfish, team-oriented players, Bo Melton's a great example.
Mm-hmm.
You keep them and you utilize them because they're important. And their importance, I would argue, is even more so now than it was then, because you're starting to look at almost extinct animals when it comes to this. When you find one, cherish it, because it's getting to be very difficult as a coach to have guys like that.
Is there, and if that's the case, and you don't want those type of guys, but if there's more of them now and it's more likely to happen, you have to figure out a way to deal with them, right? Like I would, friend of show Josh Sitton, who you and I both love. I think when they moved on from him going into the 2016 season, it was because he was unhappy that he wasn't getting an extension. They saw him as disgruntled. Whether that was right or wrong, that was the thinking in moving on from him. Was their offensive line better off to not have him, even if he wasn't happy? I would argue no. And by the end of the season, you were playing Gooch at guard in an NFC championship game, right? And City went to the Bears, did he not?
He did.
And probably made their offensive line better.
Well, he got hurt.
But my point is that that's all well and good, and we want everyone to embrace their roles and be team players, and it's about we, not me. But these guys are all human beings, too, that do have goals of their own, and somehow on the really good teams it works. And I think that goes to your point about nipping it in the bud and making sure that you get a handle on it if you're starting to see signs of it.
Yeah, and when you're starting to talk about, and Josh Sitton was an all-pro player.
Yeah.
You're going to treat all-pros and players that are incredibly productive much differently than you're going to do a fifth wideout. Or with B-Jack case, he's probably a third or fourth running back on that roster. That's the reality. And you better be humble enough to understand that and be hungry enough to know, nobody owes you jack. And guys have a hard time getting their head wrapped around it because, especially now, everybody's kissing everybody's keister. Oh, my God, you're this. And, you're going to get this money from colleges and you're going to do this. And the bottom line is there's a hierarchy on everything. And that doesn't mean you have to stay in that level. You can grow into it. But if you start thinking you've arrived and you're going to be a pouty baby, guys aren't going to have time for it. And I can tell you, you get laughed out of the building. Like, if you think you're going to sit there, I'm not going to name any names. I had guys that were sitting there saying they needed a raise, and there was BS that they were getting paid as a rookie. And you're like, bro, you got to show a little bit here. You can't just automatically assume that you're going to be, an all-pro. Like, this isn't how this works. And you can act that way, but you ain't going to be here long. And that guy wasn't around long. So having some self-awareness, having a little humility, and understanding where you fit, you better have it. And if you don't, you ain't going to last in this league because this league will spit you out. If you ain't a star, you are incredibly replaceable, and you will get chewed up and spat out quicker than you can say it. And unfortunately, most of the time, guys don't realize it until they're scrapping in the UFL trying to find their way back.
Right. Until it's too late. You're exactly right. All right. We've got more with Tausch live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. And I think TMJ uses that term too. We're talking about the actual, in the Annex Wealth Management World Headquarters studios. Tausch is there. Again, he's got his financial literacy game that he'll be playing right after. Events.annexwealth.com. Did I get that right?
Events.annexwealth.com. Yep.
All right, so you can sign up there. We'll have more Wilde and Tausch after I tell you about Potawatomi Casino Hotel. And you don't have to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship. And with the way things are going in the economy, I don't think you have enough to go on either of those. So just go right there in Milwaukee and have your getaway at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites. Perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the cool stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, you got so many options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company. There's going to be food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All the antics.
We had the same situation when I played with Holmgren.
You okay?
I almost broke my chair.
Yeah, you almost fell out of your chair there.
All the action.
Micah Parsons is healthy, and if Tucker Kraft is healthy, the Packers are in that Super Bowl. I think that they would have run through the NFC. I think they beat Seattle.
I think that they are the NFC representative in that game.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app. Whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew, let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
An epic Brewers-Pirates series is coming April 24th through the 26th. Kick it off with Star Wars Night on Friday the 24th. And check out a post-game laser show presented by ESPN Milwaukee. Then on Saturday the 25th, get a Brewers Windbreaker giveaway courtesy of Courts. Wrap up the series with Family Sunday fun and kids cheer free. Plus, the first 5,000 kids take home an Abner Uribe poster. Grab a seat at Brewers.com.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Take it home this April at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. 300 grand is on the line, and you're at bat to win your share. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your April drawing entries all count toward another prize drawing in June. It's the Base Race Game Show. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
So the Packers Tailgate Tour is underway. Ed Policy is taking part in it for the first time. And he spoke with us briefly before the bus departed. I asked him about keeping the triad, the trinity, at the top of the football operation together. Here's what Ed had to say before the bus pulled away.
I couldn't be more excited to make sure that we've locked up Matt, Brian, and Russ for a while now. Very excited, very confident that we've got the right three people doing the right three things, and we're spending a lot of time together. We're communicating a lot. Just very excited to get on with next season now.
So we know he's excited, right? We know that this is what he wanted, whether or not...
Very excited.
Very excited.
Very excited. Whether or not you wanted it as a fan, the reason why I wanted Jesse to play this is he says in there that they've been communicating a lot. And from what he said at the NFL meetings, look, there's plenty of teams in the National Football League in 2026 that would love to have been to the playoffs each of the last 3 years the way they have. But that's not the bar here. And so, Tausch, my question for you is, what do you think that communication's like? Because he's not going to say to us before the bus leaves, yeah, I told Matt he's got to get his blank together, and we can't have disgruntled players, and we can't be the 7th seed every year. I would think that for as many Packers fans, and we think it's about a third of the fan base based on that scientific polling that we did, not in our text messages,
that they weren't thrilled to see Matt LaFleur back. So what do you think that messaging is like from the team president? Because while he kept all those guys in place, what they've gotten of late is not good enough in Titletown.
I would think you sit down and they do a deep dive on everything, and I'm sure they have meetings. Matt LaFleur's looking at, and you heard Brian Gutekunst say not finishing. So that's going to be at the top of everybody's list. I'm sure Matt LaFleur feels the same way. I'm sure there's going to be some things that maybe they differ on personnel and how they're going to go about building the rest of their football team out. But the bottom line on this is that you're going to understand this is not good enough, but also look at it and say, we believe we can be better. And I'm convinced, and you can't tell me anything different, that Ed Policy looked at this and thought, if Micah Parsons doesn't get hurt or Tucker Kraft doesn't get hurt, we're a championship contending team. And would we have won a championship last year? I certainly would have liked our chances. Being able to play home games and then maybe having to go out to Seattle, maybe you get beat. If it's an NFC championship game appearance, I don't think anybody is sitting here saying Matt LaFleur should get fired.
Right.
That's the way this goes. And Ed Policy's been around long enough to know you don't get emotional. You don't make decisions on that emotion. You can get irritated and be disappointed, which everybody over there is. But you can also say, well, I'm not going to do something rash because we gagged away at 18-point lead. And that's where experience can come in. Now, where they're at and how this season goes, I mean, it's not Fickle-esque in the regards that it's, I think, a do-or-die year. But in this regard, I think it definitely there are no excuses. If I'm Ed Policy, I'm saying I've given you everything you've wanted. I've given Brian Gutekunst the green light to dump draft picks and to go get a stud for us. We're paying him. We got your quarterback. We got a really good skill group of guys. Figure the rest of it out and find ways to finish games and to do all the things that we need to do that we didn't. And that's why we finished with 5 games. But I think that's exactly the answer Ed Policy gave is exactly what I expect him to say.
And it's not in that clip, but one of the other things that I thought was interesting, because if you juxtapose this with the admission that there were guys that were unhappy with their roles, and that it, quote, took a toll on our football team, and the grade that he got from the NFLPA anonymous report cards, Ed Policy was very clear about players coming to him. He did not seek players' opinions out. They went out of their way to come to him, and I know Micah Parsons was one of them. I don't know who the others might have been. But those that came to him about Matt LaFleur, saying that they were concerned that he might make a change. Does that in any way influence? And again, it doesn't change the fact that Matt LaFleur's got to be better, and he's got to communicate better with his players, and they have to win more games so they can play some home playoff games. All those things. I'm not saying that it excuses that, but does that say anything to you at all? Because I got some blowback when I wrote about these players that spoke out very full strength in support of LaFleur to us in the locker room when they cleaned out the lockers. What are they going to say? And again, I can tell you, Quay Walker and Rasheed Walker were asked about Matt LaFleur, and the words they said, but how they said them, it was very clear that they were not delivering any sort of support for Matt LaFleur. Now, both those guys also were going to be free agents, but it was not. They did not sound like they were guys that were like pro Matt LaFleur. Does it tell you anything, though, that players sought out the team president to tell him these things? Or is that not really that big of a deal?
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, obviously, if it's on the flip side and you have players coming in telling you how bad the coach is and their communication stinks and all the other stuff, that would be more eye-opening to me as if I'm Ed Policy. But that's what I would expect from Jordan Love, from Micah Parsons, guys that are utilized the way they want. So I'm not going to make my decision based on, Micah likes him.
Right.
Jordan likes him. Okay, great. I like results. I want great results. And we all love Mike Sherman. Not all of us, but I know a core group of us loved Mike Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there were other people that probably would have been the Rasheed Walkers and the Quay Walkers with Ted. Ted had to make a decision based on what he thought was best. Ed Policy needs to do the same. And I think the fact that he has mentioned many times he's had all these years with Matt, he understands him. They like this triumvirate. They think this is the right group leading this football team. And I don't disagree. I think Russ Ball does a fantastic job what he does. I think Goody needs to get the O-line fixed. If he doesn't, this team's not going to go where they need to go. And those are the big question marks coming in. But Matt LaFleur's a good football coach. I know Packer fans don't want to hear it. He's good. He's not great. Greatness wins in the postseason and finds a way to get it done. And right now, the last 3 or 4 years, and without Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback, he's been about a little above a 500 coach. Those are the facts of where he's at. Mm-hmm. And in the playoffs, you're less than, exactly 500, right? 2-2. When you're 1-2 in the playoffs, 1-3 in the playoffs.
1-3.
It is
1-3. Yep.
We all know that's not good enough here. And you know who else knows that's not good enough? Matt LaFleur. So then the questions will be, well, how are you being held to account if you go 1-3 and you continue to do it? Well, I do think that the injuries last year gave him a reprieve.
I agree.
On what was going on. And now, better have a good year. Let's win a blanking division. Can we win a division?
I've heard that.
Home games at Lambeau. Get those coffers filled so there's more revenue coming in. And you're going to win home games. At least that's the hope. That would be, if I'm Matt LaFleur, I want to win a championship. But I want to start by saying, let's win a blanking division. It's been an Olympiad since we've done it.
You mentioned Russ Ball. Is he facing, I think he is, the biggest challenge of his time, right? I mean, yes, he had to deal with a lot of dead cap money with Aaron Rodgers and some other challenges that he's had. But you now have 2 quarterback-level contracts, Jordan Love's and Micah Parsons, and you have 3 guys on offense that I would think you'd like to keep if you can, in Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, and Jaden Reed. Is he going to have to work some magic here, as he has in the past, for you to feel good about where this team is going in terms of their cap space a year from now?
He figures it out.
He does.
So I don't think Russ plans for all. He's got Mike. Obviously, those numbers are going to spike. You're going to have to make a decision on what you want to do with Jordan, because those numbers aren't going to go down. He's either going to be your quarterback and you love him and you're going to pay him top notch. Same thing with Micah Parsons. Those cap. I was listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on my drive down today, and the cap hits, they're nothing this year.
Correct.
But the bills are going to come due. But you also realize the cap went up $20 million last year. It's going to continue to climb, so you're going to have more buffer. And you're going to have to get some things right. That's why you get rid of and trade a Dontavion Wicks. That's why you try to preemptively get Jaden Reed. And you're going to have to let some guys go that maybe you don't want to let go of. But I just, there's nobody over there, I think, that you could feel better about doing their job at a high level than Russ Ball. He's done it consistently. He's done it in a non-acrimonious way where I think everybody understands where you're coming from. And I just think he's handled so. My confidence level in him getting things done with Tucker Kraft and with Christian Watson, and if it ends up being Jaden Reed, I think he and Brian and everybody over there identify the guys that they are not going to let go. And like every good deal maker, there's also on the flip side of that, if the price ain't right, we will let you go and we will draft and replace. That's different from what we've seen in the past.
Yeah. Draft and replace. We need to get to Whoa Nelly as Tausch gets ready for his financial literacy challenge. Beat Mark Tauscher at Annex Wealth Management. Annex Wealth Management. You can go to the website events.annexwealth.com to sign up. There's still time to take part and beat Mark Tauscher at financial literacy. Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at GreatMidwestBank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Enjoy Ozaki County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
Michelob Ultra is brewed here. So is the grit that takes U.S. soccer players to the world's biggest stage. The excitement that fills a stadium before a single ball is kicked. The feeling when we rally together behind one team. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
An open house like no other, our Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited open house brings in product reps so you can see, touch, feel the product, and talk to the manufacturer reps directly from Pella, Sunrise, Marvin Windows and Doors, LP SmartSide, CertainTeed Roofing, TimberTech Decking, County Pavers, and Screen Rooms. Everything is here for your next project at one place, one time on Saturday, April 25th from 9 to 1 p.m. Details at sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
You can search for the biggest bat selection, but I'm here to save you time because the best baseball and softball bat selection in the Midwest is right here at Burkhardt Sporting Goods. We stock just about every bat on the market from all the top manufacturers like Easton, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, and more, and sell them all at the guaranteed lowest prices. So get in here and try a few out in our indoor batting cages. There's no need to look any further because when it comes to bats, if you want it, we got it at Burkhardt Sporting Goods.
You can't beat Burkhardt.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spirit wear is vital. That's why Burkhardt Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spirit wear from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spirit wear and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhardt.
You can't beat Burkhardt.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Before Tausch's financial literacy, we try to be more well-informed with Wo Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa!
Nelly on Wilde and Tausch.
Milwaukee Brewers hosting the reigning American League champion Toronto Blue Jays for the first of 3 tonight at American Family Field. They're not the same Blue Jays as last year, though. They lost a lot of their best players. Brewers have lost 5 straight games entering action tonight. The Miz is on the mound, and everybody wants to know what's up with Christian Yelich and his injury status. Well, in an effort to stay more informed, manager Pat Murphy, whose job status would never be questioned around here, appeared earlier today on Wisconsin's Morning News on 620 WTMJ and was asked by Vinny and the boys, as Tausch likes to say, what Yelich's injury status is. Here you go.
Well, let's get an update on Christian Yelich first, if you have one. I know that you had said Sunday when we last heard from you that you were anticipating some possible tough news on the injury to Yelich's hamstring. Anything you can give us this morning?
Yeah, I mean, he's got an adductor strain, which is kind of at the attachment point above the hamstring. And the adductor, that's gonna put him on the IL, and we're gonna make sure that that doesn't become chronic, and we get after it. So we expect him to be out for a while. We'll know more once we see how he responds to everything. He just had his MRI yesterday, so we'll have more update, but it looks like he's going to be out a while.
Pat Murphy on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning, an abductor strain. Tausch, what does that mean for how long we can expect him to be out?
A month.
Well, that's
a month.
Promising.
Wait a minute. What is that based on?
I was hoping you would know, like, if
financial
this is,
literacy.
I am trusting that you're giving me real information. Murph says a month a while in the grand scheme of the baseball. So that seems like not too bad. When a torn hamstring injury seems like that could keep him out quite a long time.
Well, we have to, like he just said, you have to find out how he feels. Not everybody's adductor or hammy or quad, or they don't all recover the same. Yelich's getting older. So I would think, a hammy / adductor. Like when I tore my groin off the bone, I think I missed 5 games. I don't think he tore anything off the bone, but I'm very pleased Murph gave as much detail as he did, let you in a little bit, and unfortunately, Yelich is being a leader of this team. A month's a long time in baseball. What are you talking about?
Well, it's a 1/6 of the season. If you're expecting the worst case scenario, he's out the rest of the year. A month doesn't seem so bad. If he's back by Memorial Day, good. That'd
be great. Yeah, I think we'd all be on board.
Back by Pablo's birthday bash, even if it's only a month.
All right. I look. I'm excited for financial literacy lessons with Mark Tauscher. That was a guess from old boy. He has not examined the MRI.
So is Pat Murphy. Pat Murphy is guessing.
Yeah,
they don't know.
He did not.
You give ballparks.
He didn't give a timeline. He just said it's going to be a while, and then Jesse puts you in position to try and guess what a while is. If Tausch is right, which Tausch is right a lot, great news. I am skeptical. Now, look, I don't know Pat Murphy. I don't know what he's like in the morning. I don't know if that's him.
Sounds a little groggy.
Kind of groggy and grumpy. Or if that's...
Well, he used to be on. Yeah, he was always nice. I'd jump on to get ready for my hit, and we'd have a brewer on, whether it would be Jeff Levering as an announcer or Matt Arnold or Pat Murphy, and then could lead right into it. And they moved their times because I think they like going a little bit later.
Okay.
And I think the boys also added an hour to their hit show, too.
So I took that as either he's tired or he doesn't have a whole lot of great news. The tone and the tenor of him there, I did not take a lot of encouragement from.
He's coming off a day off yesterday on a homestand, so I would imagine he's not...
They just lost 5 in a row. What do you think? But you want him being cheery and They just lost 5 in a row. There's a huge storm that hit the state of Wisconsin.
Maybe he had some flooding in the basement.
You think he was up all night because of the storm. Oh.
Yelich is out for a while. Their big payroll guy, and they're the leaders of their team. What do you want him to do? Start doing a polka? Like, come on.
I don't want him to do a polka. What I'm saying is I expected him to be somewhat downtrodden with 5 straight losses and with Yelich's injury, but I am not taking from his tone there the encouragement of, he'll be back in a month. I'm worried that it's
here's
longer.
What I think. Here's my guess. He's going to be down a month. He's going to be at AA or wherever they put guys. I think he's back within a 6-week frame back in the major leagues within a 6-week frame of mind.
Okay,
that's where I've set the
Memorial Day. That's your time frame.
Yeah, you
no
said
Yelich play till Memorial Day.
There it is.
When do the Cubs come to town? That's when we're going to get back.
Whoa, Nelly! The NBA playoffs start tonight, fellas. Did you know? Yeah.
No, they don't.
I didn't know that.
They don't start till this weekend.
Play-in tournament. Con Knippel and the Charlotte Hornets.
Doesn't count.
Taking on the Miami Heat.
The first 4.
There's certain teams that are in the play-in every year. Miami Heat.
Yep.
Atlanta Hawks. Phoenix Suns. Golden State Warriors. Everybody's got these guys as champs since they did play, and they've been in almost every year. I love the play-in, but it ain't playoffs. Hey, if you lose, you're in the lottery. So this ain't a playoff game.
All of the play-in tournament games are streaming exclusively on Amazon Prime tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. Tausch, do you have Prime? You're going to be okay to watch the NBA playoffs?
I do, but I'm not. Yeah, I will not be watching. No. I'll watch Joker. I'm going to wait till I want to see San Antonio play the Nuggets, and then maybe San Antonio or the Nuggets play OKC. Outside of that, I couldn't be less interested in the NBA playoffs.
That's what I was going to ask you.
And that trailer for
Boston
the Nadal
is in. Yeah.
Documentary.
Boston's going to be the Eastern Conference rep, and it's going to come down to those 3 teams in the West. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be OKC and Boston battling.
So if the NBA playoffs in its entirety is 100% of the pie, how much of the pie will you consume?
And is it blueberry?
I'll say 21.5%.
Jason?
Well, I like to have things on the television when I'm writing, and I think I've caught up on all the episodes of FBI. So I think I'll probably have some. How easy is it to find who's calling the games? Because that often factors in, and Brian Anderson doesn't do the NBA anymore.
He's getting ready for Roland Garros.
And Nadal. That documentary.
You can have him on this time of year now since he's not busy. Ask him about the doc.
Oh, is he doing Roland Garros?
Yeah, he's like the voice of Roland Garros now. Yeah.
Love it.
Whoa, Nelly! Last question for you.
It's going to be Sinner and Alvarez. You can put your bottom. You can. I don't know if that's going to be one of our Annex Wealth Management. Well, that'll be part of the questioning today.
The phrase "bet your bottom dollar" will be part of the questioning.
It could be.
No, who's going to be in the finals of the French Open?
Oh, whoa, Nelly! And have you seen that Nadal doc yet? Beck and I went out for ice cream last night, and we could not disagree more on this subject matter. I'm
going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something because you brought up ice cream.
I'm sure. Okay.
There is a place that does ice cream. I don't even want to give it the advertising, but they are advertising. You buy one, you get one for 99 cents. Okay? You stop, and then they say, well, you have to download the app to get the 99 cents. That's not what you said in your advertising.
Is said ice cream a weather event?
Yes. I'm debating going and doing one of those bureau things where you say truth in advertising, because this is some BS, man. This is BS.
You didn't read the fine print. Buy one, get one, 99 cents
throw that up there.
on the app.
You buy one, you get one for 99 cents. Well, you say at the end, it's on the app. What? No, it's not what you said. Don't put that out there. If you're not going to let us get one for 99 cents, nobody's getting two of these ice cream deals.
A weather event?
Yeah.
The tornado room has ice cream?
Not a tornado.
They actually do have ice cream. They make great ice cream.
Nelly! Can I say what I was actually going to say? I'm
Yes,
sorry you
may.
experienced this. I do feel bad for you that you got short end of the stick.
Do you guys not agree that it's BS?
I have a problem overall with the BOGO scam that it's not buy one, get one anymore. It's always BOGO for $1 or BOGO
I still
for...
don't mind that, but then just charge us $1. Don't charge us full freight because I don't want to download your app. If I want to download your app, I'd have your app.
Well, it's an incentive to download the app.
I think that's...
Well, then put that out there and say for our online app only. Yeah.
All right, Jesse, your experience with ice cream at the tornado room with Becca.
What's your preferred method to consume ice cream? In a cake cone, in a waffle cone, or in a dish?
I'm a dish guy.
Tausch and I are on the same page. Waffle cone all day.
Wait, what is Becca?
Becca likes cake cones, which I've never heard of anyone that prefers the cake cone to either of those other options.
Wow. And you just learned this now? This far into your marriage?
I had known it. It was extra emphasized last night.
Do you guys share the cone? Like, do you get it and do you, like, nibble? Like, do you say, I want to take a bite of your cone?
Do you nibble?
Or does she see you as, like, I'm not letting you lick that cone.
We do not share nibbles of each other's cones. No, we stick to licking our own cones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can somebody hit the Whoa Nelly button, please?
I don't understand. Nelly! If you're gonna go and do this, and they're like, "Oh, how's that black cherry? Can I get a nibble?" And
Yeah,
you're gonna say,
nibble.
you're telling me your wife's gonna say no?
Nibble.
The place we were at, which is named after an animal, is
it a sassy one?
Might be a little feisty. It has ice cream flights, which I think is a great idea.
That's a great
idea. You go to
idea.
a brewery, you get 4 little beers for whatever price. You get 4 little ice creams for $6. Pretty good deal. And I don't think you need to download an app to get that.
All right, that was surprisingly entertaining. Also, I would like to agree with you guys. If I'm getting a cone, it's waffle cone all day. Are there people that like cake cones other than Becca? Like, there must be. They sell them.
I mean, they're fine, but is it preferred
Yeah, but they
to the
throw
other
those
two?
in for
No.
free.
Right.
You get that free
Oh, you got to pay the upcharge.
for the waffle.
But not if
yeah.
you get it in the app.
Whoa, Nelly!
Yeah,
We will wrap
I was
things
just
up.
absolutely flabbergasted by that.
I can tell. We will get Tausch ready for his big competition at Annex Wealth Management next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on April 28th.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in April 28th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. I mean, there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Zauner, Marine Corps veteran and board member for the Center for Veterans Issues, calling on the community to tee it up for a great cause. On Monday, June 15th, CVI is hosting its 5th annual golf outing at the River Club in Mequon. This year's event is supporting CVI's Permanent Supportive Housing Program, dedicated to assisting chronically homeless or disabled veterans and their families. Grab your clubs and support our veterans today. Register to golf, sponsor, or donate at cvivet.org/events.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on the journey since January and I've already lost 20 pounds. If you're looking for a safe and easy program, it's actually easy. They'll actually help you keep the weight off. This is it. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to £1 pound per day. And for a limited time, $200 off with the spring special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right, Tausch. Are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you confident?
I'm ready. I'm not confident, but I'm definitely ready to rock and roll.
And do we have an update on the reunion of the Golden Geese?
Tyler has a meeting with his boss at noon, so he is unavailable in the end.
He said he had a major life event. Is he getting fired?
You did say that.
I didn't say what the major life event was. It could.
I hope with all the other life events he's got going on, he doesn't get fired.
I told you sometimes it impacts other people, so I'm on my own to try and take down old T. I'm a lone goose. We'll see how it goes.
Sounds like Jason's gonna start buying his bubbler again.
That's it for us today. That's a good place to end it. Good luck to you guys.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient.